Hey everybody, it's Backroom back again with more of the Warface closed beta on the Xbox 360. In today's episode, we are doing some free-for-all. Of course, this is a versus mode in which you just kill whoever you see. I am playing as the Engineer, Submachine Gun, and Claymore Mine. Today, you guys have seen a lot of the good parts of the game. I want to talk about a few things in the game that maybe I'm not as fond of, just to kind of give some sort of balance to it. The first off is, so far, because I haven't really gotten too much into the co-op in detail, I haven't been able to play with my friends and such as they would like, there's not a lot so far that separates this from other FPS games. There's not a lot that makes this stand out in the genre. So far, the biggest differentiation that I can see coming through will be the fact that this will be free to play and that you will be buying weapons and resurrection coins and stuff as microtransactions, as opposed to simply earning these things through the game, either through repeated play or just have them be default. You know, in a versus mode, you will respawn, and that doesn't happen here quite the same way. Again, the backgrounds and the stages are well designed from a gameplay standpoint, but there's not a lot visually about them to make them stand out. The environments are apparently yawn-inducing. This is the same sort of shit that you're going to see in nearly all modern shooters. I know there's not a lot of room to go with a military shooter unless you want to go really off the rails with it, and you know, you can go Halo and go sci-fi, but is this really all we can get? Is this everything is going to look like Modern Warfare, essentially? Is everything going to look, you've got your Middle Eastern stages, you've got your war-torn Europe, at least, you know, was it Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2 that had Brazil, had the favelas and everything, but even that, the colors looked the same. Grenade. It's just, yeah, there's not a lot of creativity to it. I don't know what I would expect them to do outside of that, but they needed to put some sort of greater effort into it. There, I mined a guy, and I should leave because, you know, the mine only works once, but I stick around because there's some people out there, and the same guy I blow up with the mine does come back. And here's a thing I don't like. For a first-person game, the gun there took up enough of the screen that I actually couldn't see the guy coming. And I understand that in real life you do have things that get in the way of your line of sight. I don't know. It kind of sucks when the game itself gets in the way of being able to play the game. Again, not that I'm good at these games anyways, but I thought that sucked. Another thing I don't really like, maybe again it's because of my skill level, is the transition between weapons. If I go and I want to switch from my main to my secondary sidearm, if I actually go for the pistol and stuff, I never seem to get things out in time, and even when I simply want to use the butt of the gun for a melee kill, it doesn't quite work out for me. Pretty sure I got that with a headshot there. I'll swing and either I'm out of range or, I don't know, the melee for me never seems to work. But then you'll get people who will literally throw, look at that, I shot him 8 times. And he comes up, hits me once in the head with the butt of his gun, and I'm down. That's a bullshit thing I hate about FPS games. I've seen some of the videos over on the Cracker Clan channel from Nuke. And there are a lot of other, there's a little graphical bug there. A lot of videos of people saying, you know, oh look, I'm going to fucking throw a knife across the battlefield. And somehow it's going to line up perfectly. It's going to be balanced so well that the blade will hit And despite your armor being able to help you shrug off multiple bullet wounds, I can hit you one time with this knife that can't be going terribly fast at all, and it's going to be a lethal hit. It's going to find a seam between your helmet and your shoulder, and it's actually going to just fucking slit your throat, because that's how knives work in battle. They really fucking just need to accept that the knife is not going to be the ultimate weapon in in a battle. It's bullshit to think that it would be. I don't know. I don't know why they put so much strength into hand-to-hand. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Yes, I know there has to be some sort of suspension of disbelief. This is not an actual war, but yeah, don't make getting stabbed the ultimate weapon. Why is a knife the most lethal thing on the battlefield? I got hit with a knife one time, and I died, and I shot at that guy several times before he would actually go. At first, I thought I got killed by, earlier than I thought it was in the video. That mine there, great. Anytime you have a hole, assume that someone has put a mine there. Just assume if there's an engineer and there's a crawl-through spot, there's going to be a mine. That was just pathetic. Ping, ping, ping. I don't know. It's not a bad game. It's just what makes this stand out from any other decent shooter on the market. Really, what? Seriously? Yep. If you were to say, hey, Backroom, tell me something unique about Warface, and I will say microtransactions. I know they want to push the co-op aspect of it, which I think is important. Say, I set the mine and you run past me. Oh, sorry. Revenge kill. But even that just seems like you're playing through a single-player mode with some of your friends, as NPCs could fill that role. Yeah, you're playing through a single-player game with competent NPCs. And while I think it would be fun if you really got into the team aspect, you know, I've seen previews for PlanetSide 2, and that looks like great co-op squad-based combat, and that would be really, really cool. And I do like that aspect of it. That's probably the gameplay mode I want to be most involved in. But yeah, the thing that makes this game different, ping pong, nice, is that it's going to cost money to play it, as opposed to simply paying for it that first time and then, you know, earning your shit. That may be the way of all games. I know, again, I'm more of a fighting game player, and I see a lot of grenade behind, nice shot. I see a lot of things. What Tekken has a free-to-play game, and I think there might be one or two others coming out that, if they're not already out. So that's just the way the things are going to go from here on out. But minor complaints, but they are complaints nonetheless. I'm going to go ahead and drop out here. Oh, looks like the match is over. 13 kills, 21 deaths. Not great, but again, for me, that's actually not bad. See what you can find in these videos. Pick out little things you don't like. Let me know in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter @ATI channel. And maybe you guys will get into the beta here. I'll see you online.